Hello everyone, good evening and welcome back to today's lesson. Okay, this evening we are going to discuss about personal pronouns. Yeah, so in this case we are just going to talk about the nominative side. If we say something, a sentence, a pronoun is nominative in the nominative case, it means it takes only the subject. The sentence is mainly based on the subject. There is no object to take the action of the verb. So it's just the subject doing the action, only the subject, only the subject. That's what nominative means. Nominative is only talking about the subject. We are going to talk about the accusative, but for now, let's focus on this one. Pronouns. What are pronouns? Pronouns replace the nouns in a sentence. Especially the ones we are very familiar with are a boy, a girl, a dog, So, yɛmfa sɛ wopɛ pronoun bi replace a boy a pronoun he na wode bɛhyɛ hɔ. A girl, she na wode bɛhyɛ hɔ. A dog, it na wode bɛhyɛ hɔ. This is what to replace means, okay? And then pronouns make the sentence shorter and they avoid the repetition of the nouns. Like I said before, you can replace them with the examples I gave. And then the pronouns must always match the gender of the noun. Okay, so a boy is a he, a girl is a she. But for the it, maybe it varies, but yeah, it's also gender specific. If we are talking about a specific article or a noun, a dog, you have a male dog, a female dog, okay? Let's not worry about that. Moving forward, how much in German, how much pronouns into three categories. Your first person, second person, third person. Okay. And in all this, your the singular and plural. All these categories have their singular and plural. Singular and plural. So we are going to talk about that. Okay, so the first person, like I discussed in the other video, I think sentence structure part 2. Can I say first person is always about you, I. And then ish vorne, ish heise, ish, And then first person, always. You come first, myself or yourself. In the second person, who can about someone, who can be one self, and I will be doing. So that person is the second person. Alright. So a perfect example be you. I'm talking to you. So you is the pronoun. Second person pronoun is you. What I mean, what we video is you. And then your third person pronoun say who can be for one self. To say a boy, a girl. That person becomes the third person because on Ben with CCR. And I say the person is not talking to you direct. Oh baby, now what kind of one? And so what can the boy, the girl? I say would you concern? That category falls under the third person. So you don't worry. There's more examples down. I'll show you. Okay. And then, like I said before, all these categories have their singular and plural. first person on the plural, second person on the plural, third person on the plural. So, like I was saying, pronouns are not only used for persons, it can be used for things, animals, books, cars, a lot. We know nouns. Nouns are persons, places, things, and even I think feelings also. Then and also nouns have a lot of meanings. Okay, so this is the first example. This is the first example for the first person singular. First person singular. First person pronoun. The first person is the same as the singular now. Into ish. If you don't know the plural for ish, I'm telling you today, ish no. I in the plural is we. And now we better say us, we or us. Okay. I in the plural is we. It's a we conjugation. I did it in the first video. First ever video that I did was about conjugation. The shortcut for this conjugation there. SZS. I even gave out a shortcut like ID ways. H do SZS via ZZ. Okay, so I want to answer lesson 1 video. I did that. Okay, and see, let's just go straight to the point. This ish is singular, the plural here via, and here we. And see, today you have known the singular and the plural for the first person. If you don't understand, you watch the video again or watch to the last part, you'll understand. Okay, so an example is the most commonest one that we know is born in Takrade, is born in Accra, is born in Bibiawo. It's just what's in infant. This verb is very common. Yeah, cancer, born. What's in infant? And this conjugation, you realize verbs, they are conjugated according to the pronoun. I did that in the other video. I think lesson 8 or so, 7 and 8. I was talking about conjugation. So if you don't understand this, please watch. All these verbs are conjugated according to how the pronoun is. And if you don't know this conjugation, watch the lesson 1 where I was talking about conjugation part 1 for the first time. This via is conjugated similar to the Z. Yeah, they all carry this one, EN at the end. I don't want to talk about conjugation today because I've already talked about it. So the first person plural is via, and the first person singular is ish. Until we share anywhere, this is what it means. We are I, and we are we. Okay. So this is not confusing. I want you guys to understand so that you can apply it in your essays or your sentences or whatever that you want to do with it. And see, another example here is I say Maria is coming out England. Yes, we know this one. I am Maria. I come from England. This is singular. Then, if there are many, if I say Maria and Nebuchadnezzar, see who categorize them in the plural. That's the first person. You will say we live in Berlin. This is just an example. I want you guys to understand the use of the V, the via, and the ish. Okay, and yet then we say confusing because it's easy. Maybe I'm also not sure you know the difference of this and this. I know most of you don't know these pronouns have singular and plural. So me breaking it down among Obian in the day. Okay. So, second person, fast forward, second person singular, second person plural. This for informal. Informal, no, we know say do na do, they be a do. Informal, do, adamfo, unya, ubra, waiting like because they are close to you, you are used to them. Yeah, go boy, it's me, bra, consa. But you're any never. So, second person singular, a do, informal, but you take note of informal. So, do, informal. We will say, we shall lesson one. Some pronouns they were there and they were conjugated, and I gave you shortcuts. So this is the explanation of what went on in lesson 1. I was supposed to do this in the lesson 2. But, often I'm into which I say you. This is I and we. We you. To say, wow, video. Now we are second person. And walk as you. And now we are plural. Into everyone say mo. In Chino, wo the plural mo, you people, you guys, you people, you students, you colleagues. This is what it means. Okay. It's an example back when they say Max, who wants do? Max, what's in infant? And I would say Max, who wants do? And a plural, no. If I say you guys, me a 3, and I 2, 4. Or can Kwame, Ama, Kwesi, and blah 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 blah. What's in him for? Mo, say where do mo. Where do you live? Mo, and hina moti. And now, I say we're taking notes in second person singular or plural. No, sorry, plural and a singular. If you are talking about the informal, you always use the first name. Don't use full names for informal conversation. You are worrying yourself. Me mamuki. Say, what can be in the second person? That's a informal. If I say, what's your friendly letter? Say when we were taught how to write friendly letters, say we can use shortcuts instead of 4 sentences. We to make it short. And now, if you are saluting your friend, you always use the first name. But say if you a formal letter, you can't use shortcuts. You have to use the full names. Okay, the same thing applies here. So we will say, first name first name. You don't have to worry yourself to use the full name. Only use the first name. Okay. Then you know the difference. You, do, you. Wow, we show video here. With you, do. Now we do. No. Now we show video. Now we do. Second person. You are in the second person category. And you are in the informal category because I know you. Unless I don't know you, say me nimwa, you come here and I'll talk about this. But if I know you, you are here. And then if I know you guys, say bia me group na me woman, obi obehwe video ni bia, I know you all. So this is the plural for you guys. You all. And all of you. Okay. But if I say this is my lecturer, I don't mean him no but or a penny. It's in the man. Okay. My lecturer will come in the second person formal pronoun, not the informal. Until we know say Z, always we impress a mechanic. I talked about it in the lesson 8. This Z is for all. They be a formal. But quite say on a make sure because a do time is so you can use the Z a small letter but you let's focus on this one. Nti we no and run and also the same thing, singular and plural na linear back. Nti we use you just learn how to use it, that's all. And then we know it doesn't matter where the position of maybe or what in the sentence, either the first, the middle, or the last. A capital by force, when they are by force capital. Inti example back on it. Hey James, vonenzi. Oh, my mistake, not correct, vonenzi. Where do you live? What's the name from? Hey, just a mister. And a Frau, just a miss, Frau. It starts with the capital F. I made a mistake. All nouns in German start with capital letters. I think you know this one. So if you don't know, I'm telling you a key, the amount. All nouns in German start with capital letters. And see, one sentence will be say noun be a capital. You can, and I say if you want to name the corner, but the thing is in a capital form. Wait me, I can't say it now. Okay. And see, singular. No? Mr. James, what's your name? Fine. Where do you live? Okay. Or you can write the full name because a formal, which matter Mr. James Atta. Mr. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But if it's informal, you don't have to worry yourself. Oh, how? And now in the plural, Mr. James and you know. We so it sounds like you all, but check the spelling. Different. The spelling makes the difference here. In a way, Mr. and Mrs. Atta, where do you live? What's the name fan? Okay. And now, my notes kakrawa. This note, always remember the Z with the capital S in this format. It doesn't matter where the position is, it will always be capital. Unless a third person, the one I see into a key of the amount. If you don't understand, watch the lesson 8. Now. Okay. So this is the third person. Third person now. Third person. Third person here. He, she, it. He, she, it. He, she. And him, her, it. Him, her, it. Him, her, it. And then the plural here, they. Maybe I won't name. And then mama okay, you know. This is how the pronouns are grouped and categorized. And see, in way will be there. That's a one to say, and then mature. Very simple. This is how they are categorized. And this is where the person stands. We know Ben. Send me the start of the video. Say third person singular or plural. They are not close to you. The boy is tall. The girl is dark. The dog is dying. I didn't embedded, but who didn't work upon son? Okay, practical example say who didn't work upon son. What kind of answer? That's what third person. I know for the third person. But we are second now. Oh, you. Oh, me no work as a direct. Wow. What I say? And our first person is always you. Oh, myself. I, you, we. What I say? This is the meaning. And yet is simple. If you are confused, watch the video again, you understand everything. And see, without wasting much time, examples maybe how they are applied. That is Michael. Michael wants in London. Wants in London. Okay, this is the translation. This is Michael. Michael lives in London. Into Michael, no, or fall it in masculine. So that we can say pronouns should match the gender of the noun. Okay, Intimate for 8 in the Michael and waiting. You know. So I'm telling you again. And another example here. This is Lydia. That is Lydia. Lydia vont in Paris. The vont in Paris. Social conjugation now. I don't want to talk about it. All these verbs are conjugated. I talked about it in lesson 8 and lesson 1. So please, if you don't understand, go back and watch. Okay. Yes. And as America says Z is zero, a small zero, but BBT and then capital. And this is the reason. And then capital because it starts with the sentence. On say, I did be a subject be a capital letter and start. So it means for small letter and start a sentence in a subject. And this is a nominative case study that we are doing right now. Nominative, we say, nominative is always talking about the subject. Subject no one or a verb, But accusative, there's a subject and a verb and an object receiving the verb. I want you later. But accusative, if you don't understand accusative should say one say one our subject, now one our verb. You are going to school, you are coming home. That's nominative. And only one subject. Only subject and verb. There's no object in nominative. Only subject and verb. Only subject and verb. But your mama muki. Another example, so they say this we a book. That is my book. We are mine book. So our conjugation we be draw in this year. That's book out. S is out. So out we are to that. It can be used in how old are you? What do you feel saying? In the translation, they say this is my book. The book is old. In the book, you replace book with pronoun s, and in English, it, because neutral. I know any nipa. What I say, but if you are to do the direct pronoun, say this is the book. Book here does. I think book here does. If you check the regular or irregular noun, book here does. It's book will fall under neutral. But computer in German is masculine. It's computer and computer be a instead of it. I was a bit draw. I don't want to talk about that. We're going to talk about regular and irregular verbs in the other videos. It's plural, we need plural. It's a third person. The plural, plural. As in perform, that sind Petra und Lord. Petra und Lord wohnen in Hamburg. Sie wohnen in Hamburg. Senam kind, they, sie nation, they. It's way they, perform yakabum na they are plural. It's what shall I say now? The verb is conjugated, sind. I'll talk about sind, sa, verb, haben, and sein. You understand why it's sind and this and that. And then the conjugation is different. See, translation is said this is Petra and Lord. Petra and Lord live in Hamburg. A direct translation, they live, Z. It's one way will be you don't have to be confused. This is the category they fall under. Third person. What I say. And I will use if these two if these two start with the sentence, S in the capital because they are starting with the sentence. We put the S and we can be subject near capital S because it started with the sentence and at the end. Okay, so please, these are the categories of personal pronouns: first, second, third. Okay, the first is always yourself or myself. And the second person here, direct person, and the third person you'll be on ben while we didn't walk on some. What kind of one say? That's a perfect example. Like he, she, it, them, they. Alright. And see, so I want to be there. Please go and watch lesson 1 and lesson 8 or lesson 7. Lesson 1 and lesson 7 and lesson 8. You understand why these are this and that. And some of the conjugation, you will see them there. Alright. So this is the end of the video, and I'm going to talk about other things which are very relevant. So choose, and auf Wiedersehen. We shall meet again.